So good day everyone, I am the reporter for today and I am going to discuss the understanding sexual harassment. So before that, let me give you the objectives. For the lesson objectives, of course, at the end of this lesson or of this module, you are expected to first understand fully the various theoretical perspective on sexual harassment. Second, distinguish the various theoretical perspective on sexual harassment from each other. And last is understand the laws of the Philippines on sexual harassment in the academy and in the workplaces. So for our definition of terms, we have the word sexual harassment. Hindi ko na pababasahin, ipapaliwanag ko na lang. So, ibig sabihin, when we say sexual harassment, is when someone does it is when someone who works for the government, like teachers or other officials, does or say things that makes you uncomfortable sa trabaho, sa school, or even sa trainings. Now, this include yung mga sexual favors, diba? Mga inappropriate comments, or even touching in a way na alam mo sa sarili mo na mali. And it is important to speak up kapag nangyari mga ganitong bagay. Bakit? Kasi una sa lahat, hindi siya maganda. Diba? Hindi siya okay, hindi siya magandang pakinggan, hindi siya magandang makita. And besides, there are rules or there are laws against sexual harassment. Now, dako tayo dun sa pinakang main topics, which is all about sexual harassment. So, sa first paragraph, sinasabi dito na ang sexual harassment at ang harassment ay kinikonsider natin as unfair treatment based on gender. So, parang pambabastos siya or making them or someone feel uncomfortable. Bakit? Kasi they are male or female. And this is actually goes against the idea that everyone should be treated equally regardless whether they are male or female. And sa second paragraph, sinasabi dito na ang sexual harassment daw, it's all about someone who is trying to control or dominate another person by using their power. And International Labor Organization, sinabi nila or they said that sexual harassment daw is when someone does something that related to gender that the other person doesn't like or find offensive. And additionally, sinasabi din dyan that sexual harassment is not just about making someone or making the workplace feel unsafe or unpleasant, but it is also a form of violence against women or a way of hurting a woman. And sa third paragraph natin, of course, dito sa Pilipinas, we have a law na tinatawag na Republic Act No. 7877 or the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995. And sinasabi sa batas na to or sa law na to na ang sexual harassment daw sa workplaces, schools, or even sa trainings ay nangyayari kapag ang isang tao merong authority or merong power over another person, ask for sexual favors for them. And it doesn't matter kung yung tao na yon ay pumayag o hindi, but still, kinikonsider pa rin siya as sexual harassment. And basically, if someone in a position of power ask for sexual things from someone else in work or even sa school environment, is still against pa rin siya sa law, and still, this is called a sexual harassment. Okay, dako tayo dun sa mga theoretical perspective of sexual harassment. So first, we have yan, nasa screen. So, sinasabi dyan na ang mga lalaki daw ay more often driven by their natural instincts to pursue sex than women. So when men do things that might seem like they're harassing women, like making unwanted bans or comments, hindi yun dahil they want to be mean or hurtful or being offensive, but it's because they're just acting on their strong urges that built into their biology, or they're just following their natural instincts. And this theory assumes that men and women are naturally attracted to each other, but that men tend to have a strong urges for sex, and it also suggests that men are typically the one who initiate sexual interactions, or the one who actually start the whole flirting or the sexual interaction thing. Sa second theory naman, sinasabi dyan that basically this theory talks about how people brings their beliefs about gender roles, like kung ano nga ba dapat gawin ng isang babae at isang lalaki sa workplaces. So, in traditional roles, men and women are expected to do in a certain way. So, halimbawa, ang lalaki ay dapat expected siya na gawin yung trabaho niya. Halimbawa, engineering or construction, while women naman, sa trabaho, meron siya, secretary siya, or nurse, teaching, or sa household lang siya. So, let's say na women are start working doon sa mga trabaho ng isang lalaki, like doing a job that actually or usually done by men. So parang manager, 'di ba ganun? So even though she's there para gawin yung trabaho niya tulad ng iba, ngayon yung ibang lalaki or some of these men might still see her based on these old ideas about what men and women should do. So this theory also suggests that because of these gender role beliefs, women are more often experience sexual harassment than men. So, sa third theory natin, sexual harassment naman, nangyayari siya because of power imbalances in the workplaces. So, it's about how someone or some people have more power and authority than others because of their position in the organization. So, when kapag ang isang tao na mayroong power, like mga bosses, harass the less power, na mayroong less power, like the employee, hindi lang siya about attraction or desire, kundi it's also about using that power to control or manipulate that person, and this can actually create a situation na kung saan yung taong hinaharas na yun feels that kailangan nilang makipag-gawalong dun sa taong yun kasi takot silang mawala ng trabaho or face consequences. And this theory points out that in many organizations, men tend to hold more position of power than women. So, sexual harassment can often be a way for men to assert their power over women and maintain traditional ideas of men being a charge and women being a subordinate. So, sa ating fourth theory, sa theory naman na to, sinasabi na nangyayari ang sexual harassment because of unequal treatment of men and women sa isang society. So, in many places, men are usually seen as less important or capable than men, and this attitude carries over into workplaces. Nadadala siya kahit sa trabaho. And imagine, sa isang society where men are seen as more valuable and important than women. So, in this kind of society or workplaces in the society, men are typically be in charge, and women might not get the same opportunities or respect, and even women being seen as less capable. So, when sexual harassment happens sa trabaho, it's not just about one person's behavior, but it's a result of a bigger problem of gender inequality and sexism in the society. Para siyang symptom, kumbaga, or a larger issue or a big problem. So, yun yung ating fourth theory. Last theory natin, ayan, so feminism theory says that sexual harassment happens because of beliefs that men are better and more important than women. So, para magkakaparehas lang siya. So, in this society, men, mas nakikita siya bilang mas malakas, mas matalino, and more capable than women, tulad ng sabi ko kanina. So, sexual harassment occurs dito Because naniniwala ang mga lalaki or some men believes that they have the right to control or dominate women. And this mindset actually comes from the idea that men should always be in charge and women should be submissive. And feminism theory also says that sexual harassment helps to keep this unfair system in place, and by harassing women, men reinforce the idea that women are less valuable and should stay in their places. So yun yung ating fifth theory. So let's go sa mga relevant theories. So pa-explain ko na lang po ano. So dito sinasabi na ang sexual harassment daw ay nangyayari na for a long time, and many studies sinasabi na ang sexual harassment is a big problem, which is agree ako doon kasi ang mga tao na nakakaranas ng sexual harassment ay pwede rin makaranas ng physical and mental health. And nowadays parang naging normal na lang siya for men na gawin yun sa mga lalaki kasi tulad ng sabi ko kanina, men are typically the one who harass women than women harass men. And we have to change this mindset na kailangan we have to create a safer environment for everyone. And this is relevant theories of sexual harassment. So, let's proceed dun sa mga laws. So, i-short na lang natin. So, dun tayo sa work-related. So, pali-uli, nangyayari. So, number 1, nangyayari ang sexual harassment because of someone na mayroong power or authority na ginagamit niya yung authority na yun para pag-ask ng sexual favor for someone or dun sa employee niya, like boss and employee. So, sa number 2, if someone does something that violates the laws of that protects the workers, still kina-consider natin siya as sexual harassment. Number 3, if someone makes you feel uncomfortable or upset, then kina-consider natin siya as sexual harassment. So sa education naman, from 1 to 4, ang pinakang summary nito, kapag ang isang tao or someone in the position ask for sexual favors, halimbawa, isang teacher nag-ask siya ng sexual favor sa estudyante niya, kapalit ng mataas na grado or scholarships or other benefits. Yun yung tinatawag natin na sexual harassment. And if someone or teachers makes you feel uncomfortable sa school, yun ay kinukonsider natin siya as sexual harassment. So, yun pinakang bottom line sa education. So, sa civil service naman, ang pinakang summary nito is that ito yung mga places na kung saan pwedeng mangyari ang sexual harassment. So, number 1, this include yung mga schools, offices, or even training centers. So, sa number 2, pwedeng mangyari siya na connected, anywhere na connected sa trabaho mo or even sa education mo. Hindi lang sa work or sa office or even sa classroom. So, sa number 3 naman, pwede siyang mangyari sa parties or gatherings na related dun sa work mo or even dun sa school. Still, kinoconsider natin siya as sexual harassment. So, number 4, this include yung mga official trips or traveling for work or sa school or even sa trainings. Number 5, this include yung mga conferences, mga meetings or even sa training sessions. And sa number 6, this includes yung mga social media, yung mga phone calls, text messages, even emails or any electronic communications. So, yun yung ating civil service. Yun yung pinakang summary na kung saan pwedeng mangyari ang sexual harassment. Actually, kahit saan naman pwedeng mangyari ang sexual harassment.